Good morning and welcome to day 10 of the Great Norfolk Broads Adventure 6. And just as I do this, the wind picks up. I'm feeling very, very fragile this morning. Very, very hungover. I'm not feeling very, very good at all this morning. I really, really am not. This is going to be a very painful sort of introduction this morning. So, no smiling and no laughing. I'm going to be miserable, okay? Just leave me in my misery this morning, please, okay? Just let me deal with it, okay? Anyway, good morning. Oh, my poor head. Yes, what an evening that was last night. I actually, shock horror, cooked on board. Nothing fancy, nothing, it was very basic, you know, I was just basically using up some fresh stuff that was in from the hamper in the fridge. But I enjoyed that. Enjoyed a little wine last night, which was very nice, I must admit. And then later on in the evening, when it was rather late, I went up to visit St Benet's Abbey, as I said I was going to do. Now, I have no idea how the footage came out, because it was obviously pitch black, you know. I had a wee sort of head torch thing and I had a wee sort of pocket torch thing, but it wasn't going to do much for the illumination, so I'm sorry if a lot of that was just like a black thing and you can't really see anything. If it's truly bad, if you can't see anything at all, I'm not going to include the footage, because all you'll see is a black screen and just me talking, and that's not very interesting at all. So, but in case I don't include the footage, let me just say that was a very, very bad idea, and I don't ever want to do that again for a long time. Maybe it was just me. Overactive imagination, spooky surroundings, stories, you know, just sort of feeding that imagination. But I found it very difficult to actually walk into and stay inside that mill last night. I was fine outside, it was okay outside, but the minute you walked through the gatehouse, you know, you had this odd feeling, and then you walked into the mill, you know, and such a feeling of cold sort of washed over you, you know. It's you know when you sort of walk into a place, okay, or you're in a situation, right, okay, and you just get this sudden desire, you need to leave, you need to just like walk away, run away, whatever. You don't want to be there, you don't know why you don't want to be there, you just don't want to be there, you know, because something's just sort of weird feelings and sensations, and it was really, really weird. Every time I walked into a threshold, I would walk inside the mill and it'd be like, no, I can't do this, I've got to leave. And I had to literally, in some, you know, practically run back out the place, you know. That happened twice, and already then I was saying, you know, forget it, you know, I don't want to do it. But I thought, well, I've got to actually go in and just sort of stand inside there, look around. So I sort of knuckled down and I just went for it, and once again I walked through the threshold and it was just like something was cold, something, I just had this feeling of coldness, you know, of sadness, despair, you know, anger even, you know, and I don't know, it's hard to explain because I've never felt anything like that going anywhere before. You know, I was fine outside, walked through the threshold, and it just, these sensations and feelings were just crashing against me like some sort of tsunami, you know. But the third time I went in there, I just sort of stood there, you know, and I'm looking around and I'm saying, right, I'm in here, you know, and and it was getting stronger and strong, and you know, in the end it was just like, no, I really don't like this. This is freaking me out a bit. I'm out of here, and I left and came back to the boat, you know, and it really wasn't nice. It really wasn't nice at all. At least at the time it wasn't nice, and this morning it wasn't nice. I'm sure one day I'll sort of rationalise it with scientific, you know, and just your imagination, don't be stupid. You know, and it probably is, and I probably am, but no, it was at the time while I was there, you know, trying to walk into the place, you know, in the pitch black and the darkness with just this wee piddly torch, you know, the feelings and the sensations were very, very real, you know, and I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't stay in that place for any length of time at all, so I just walked back out, and I used a torch, came back here onto the boat, and I actually ended up having some more wine, you know. I was actually sort of shaking a wee bit by the time I got back to the boat, you know. It was, I have never ever experienced that before, ever. And I thought I was just going for a bit of a laugh and a giggle, you know. I thought it would be something fun for the day's vlogs, but that turned into quite an experience indeed last night. So, as you can imagine, some wine with dinner, a little sort of hee and a little bit of ho, you know, and a bit of fun and hilarity on the boat. Then sort of a few cups of coffee, you know, sober up a bit, and then out there in that, yeah, it was kind of no wonder I'm feeling very hungover. I was actually, by the time I went to bed, I was rather drunk, not tipsy, let's face it. I was drunk, but it wasn't a good drunk, you know. It was kind of, I'm sitting here freaking out at every single little noise that was going on, every single movement of the boat, you know. It was it really did freak me out a wee bit, you know. Hold on a second. Oh Christ. Hi, sorry. Plenty of time left. I thought I'd been talking for ages, but thankfully I haven't been rambling for that long. Anyway, today is a new day. It's day 10 of the Adventure 6, and it was actually lovely and sunny this morning when I woke up, which I'm not actually long woke up. I mean, the time's about 8:10 by now. Hold on a second. It's about 12 minutes past 8 actually. But yes, so it's still quite early, and the sun was out, but the clouds have sort of rolled over and it's not quite so sunny. It's still lovely and warm though, you know, and that breeze is not actually that cold at all. It looks like it might clear up, you know, there's a few patches of blue, but I think the best of the weather has been had, and it's just going to be sort of cloudy now with some sunny spells. So what are we going to do today? Well, today we are going to go up the River Ant. We're going to go up the River Ant today because I like that river. It's a lovely wee river, you know. And how can you not sort of visit the Northern Broads and not least disappear up the River Ant, you know, at least once, at least a little way. Actually, I need to fill up with water, so I'll probably stop at Ludham Bridge and get some water there. But so yeah, I mean to do that. So we're going up the River Ant. No idea yet where we're going to go on the River Ant. If we're going to try another wild moor, well, if we're going to try a wild mooring, or maybe moor up out the way somewhere. Maybe shock horror, eat on board the boat again. Or if we're just going to moor up somewhere and actually go and eat out. I've really no idea. I've not got that far ahead in today's itinerary, and I'm still trying to sort of shake that feeling from last night. Or it could be more sort of trying to shake the headache from the hangover this morning. That's just probably more likely. So yeah, no idea what we're going to do or where we're going to go, but it's going to be a journey up the River Ant today, I think. We're almost at the end of the adventure. Seriously sad smiley face, by the way. And what an adventure it's been, you know. It's been fantastic, you know. Oh, I'm just you got to love watching the swans all take off. Unfortunately, they never take off in front of the boat camera when I'm going down the river. It was a bit of a shame, but yeah. So yes, what was I going to say? What was I saying? Yes, we're going up the River Ant, and no idea what we're doing. It's almost the end of the adventure. And yeah, and what an adventure it's been. You know, we've had some glorious weather, we've met so many great people, you know, we've seen some lovely boats, and yeah, we've had some funny times, we've had some not really weird times, we've had some tipsy times, and we've just had some sober times, you know, and now we've had some scary times as well. There's been a lot packed into this adventure, and how the hell I'm going to edit it all when I get home, I have no idea. It's going to take me a month at least just to do day one. But yeah, in the meantime, I'm going to stop babbling. I need some paracetamols and another couple of cups of coffee before I even think about making a move. Maybe even a very cold shower might help as well. Just sort of clear the head. But yeah, so that's the day. As always, I'll keep you informed of the adventure today and where we go and what we do. So yeah, until later, I've got something to update you with. I'll speak to you soon. So until then, bye for now. Cheers. Okay, just a little wee update for you. I am on my way. The time is approximately 9:20, so it's still a wee bit of a late start, but yeah, I'm on my way. I left the moorings at St Bennett's, and I must admit, I mean, freaky stuff aside last night, it was actually quite a pleasant wee mooring, you know. Obviously you're on the sort of the main channel, so it is a bit busy during the day, and just slow down a wee sec. It is a wee bit busy during the day, and when you get boats that are moving a little bit faster than they perhaps should be moving around, you do tend to get that sort of rolling with the wash. But later on, in the about dinner time, the boats start easing off, and by the time evening comes, you know, the river's dead quiet, and it's a very lovely mooring. Very, very quiet, very, very dark, because there's no light at all, you know. It would have actually been nice if I'd actually had a clear sky in that mooring, because I can imagine just sitting out in the bow of the boat there, because it wasn't actually that cold, and just enjoying a coffee, just looking up at the stars. That would have been really nice, actually. But yes, no sort of spooky stuff going on around the boat last night. So yeah, it was actually I got I obviously posted on my Facebook, you know, that I was going to St Bennett's and I was having this freaky experience and everything like that, you know, and people kept saying, "Where's the woman? Where's the woman?" You know, and a nice bloke had actually grabbed one of the photos, you know, and he sort of zoomed it up and he sort of circled it, you know, and he posted it to me. So if I can find that photo somewhere buried in all the photos I've been taking left, right and centre, yeah, I'll try and post it up on this. But you can clearly see the woman in the brickwork, you know. And what's ironic is that I was sort of taking this photo around about that time I mentioned on the video, when I was just getting that sort of chill down my spine. So whether she was there when I first went in, and she just sort of ding, and it is ghostly apparition, or more than likely it's just a trick of the light, trick of the brickwork, trick of the camera, you know. So more than likely. But I'm just going to leave that there, more than likely, you know, because it was just a little bit freaky indeed. But yes, anyway, it was a lovely mooring, and runaway imagination, freaky stuff aside, it was, I would definitely go back and spend the night on that mooring. Very, very peaceful and quiet. So we have left Ramworth, and we went along the river, and we basically, just as we left past the end of the moorings, we've turned right onto the River Ant, and we're heading up the River Ant. And the River Ant is actually a very, very nice river, you know. A bit twisty, very scenic later once you get past Ludham Bridge. But obviously, if you're going to go past Ludham Bridge, please be aware of the bridge height markers, you know. No chance that if you can't do it, you know. They are slightly out, you know. So if you're, I'm not gonna advise you do this, you know. So a disclaimer: if you decide to go for it, it's on your own head. But I do believe the bridge height markers are slightly out. So if your boat is, say, 8'6", and a bridge height marker says it's 8'6", maybe 8'7". You'd probably get under it, but personally speaking, I would want somebody taking a sight line along the top of the boat, just to make sure, you know, because I wouldn't want to chance it, because it's only space for one boat to go under, you know, so you kind of have to sort of figure things out, you know, if there's lots of boats trying to get under. So yes, so it's just under Ludham Bridge, and I'm going to go under Ludham Bridge, and then there's a water point directly on the right hand side. Plenty of moorings either side, although it does get a bit congested in that particular area during the busy times. A lot of people going up the river, a lot of people wanting to come down the river, a lot of people wanting the water point, a lot of people wanting to moor up, and it's like, regular M25 traffic jam down there sometimes. But much the same can be said for Wroxham, trying to go under Wroxham Bridge as well. That can get very congested as well during the busy times. There's been quite a number of hire boats out and about already this morning, so I was going to just have a sort of a relaxing morning, just sort of wake up a wee bit more, but I decided no, actually it's quite nice. That breeze is quite fresh. It's being very sort of it's helping my head quite a bit, and I just thought I would just sort of head on out and just get the day started, and see where it takes us. So yeah, I am going to. I'm pretty sure I just said this already, but no, I'll say it again just in case you didn't. I'm going to go to Ludham Bridge. Go under Ludham Bridge. Hopefully there's space by the water point. I'll pull in. If there's space further up the moorings, I might pull in, have a shower, and then take the boat. Just sort of shimmy the boat back down to the water point and fill up with water. If I can't do that, I'll definitely be filling up with water, but whether or not I actually take the opportunity then to have a shower or not, because if I have a shower just now and then fill up with water, I'll be topping up the tank, you know, and theoretically that would then do me for the rest of the adventure. I wouldn't need to worry about water, in theory, but we'll wait and see. Anyway, that's all that's going on so far. As always, I will keep you updated on the day's adventures. So yes, until I've got something more to update you with, I'll speak to you later. So until then, bye for now. Cheers.
Nights in white satin, never reaching the end. Letters I've written, never meaning to send. Beauty I'd always missed with these eyes before. Just what the truth is, I can't say anymore, 'cause I love you. Yes, I love you. Oh, I love you. Gazing at people, some hand in hand, just what I'm going through, they can understand. Some try to tell me thoughts they cannot defend, just what you want to be, you will be in the end. And I love you. Yes, I love you. Oh, I love you. dress in white satin, never reaching the end. Letters I've written, never meaning to send. Beauty I've always missed with these eyes before. Just what the truth is, I can't say anymore, 'cause I love you. Yes, I love you. Oh, I love you.
Okay, just a little wee update for you. I'm here at Ludham Bridge water point now. I shouldn't be hanging around here. I should just be filling up with water and getting on going, but the boat in front looks like it's actually going to be moving. So what I'll do is I'll grab the ropes and shimmy the boat up, have a shower, shimmy the boat back and top up the tanks, and that'll be me for pretty much the rest of the adventure. But it's lovely wee moorings here. I've never actually spent the night here, you know, but you just come under the low bridge there and just slot on in. And I'm actually going to go and have a wee look at Ludham Bridge boatyard, but I thought I saw something quite nice sitting up there as well. Also like to give a wee shout out to Steve and Emma on Brink's Jazz. They watched the videos, came over and helped me with my mooring, which was very nice of them. It was actually lovely speaking to you, and obviously just a wee chat in the passing. But yes, it was lovely speaking to you. And yes, that is the water point. They do ask that you come in, fill up with water and then leave, because it is quite popular, and people always, you know, it's not nice to hang up a hold up the water point. These moorings also have an electricity post, or there is one electricity post. There's also a wee store just down there by the bridge, so if you need to stock up on any sort of groceries or anything like that, you can do so. I'm not needing anything, but I might go for a wee wander, just have an ice cream. Why not? But yes, so yeah, that boat now has moved, so I'm going to shimmy the boat up, tie up there, get myself organised, get myself freshened up, change some sort of t-shirts and all that, and let's maybe just have a wee look about the place before we top the tank up, and then continue the day's adventure. So as always, I'll keep you updated on the day's events, so until later, I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now. Cheers.
You've been around for such a long
Okay, just a little wee update for you. I have filled up with water. I ended up having another good wee chat with Steve from on the Brings Jazz. Helped him move his boat, and he's topping up with water, and yeah. He's kind of thinking of heading to Nettie's Head tonight. I hope he likes it, and I hope he enjoys the rest of his holiday. It was quite nice to actually have a good wee sort of bit of banter with him. So yes, I am heading back up the River Ant on my way. The sun is trying to come out, and it is actually remarkably warmer than it was yesterday. And even when the bit of clouds about, it's still very, very nice indeed, you know. Interesting water point at Ludham Bridge though. Never quite seen that sort of setup before. And basically, what you do is there's sort of two hoses, you know, on sort of like, you know, like the fireman's hose reel, you know. You take your hose, you put it in your water point, and then each hose, there's two of them, each hose has a white box next to it with a yellow sort of key, if you like. And you use the yellow key to open the white box. And there's a meter. And it takes £2 coins, and that gives you 15 minutes of water. So you put your £2 coins, so be ready, you know, have everything all set up in advance, you know. You put your £2 coins in, and that starts a timer, and then you open the taps and you top up with water. And at the end of the 15 minutes, you know, obviously I'm assuming some sort of timed shut-off valve kicks in, and that's your time done. So yeah, an interesting setup. I suppose maybe they were just tired of people taking advantage and not sort of paying the cost of the water. £2, it's, I don't know, it seems, I mean, usually a lot of places like £1, £1.50, you know. It's not really that expensive, really, you know. But yeah, it was interesting, because I mean, I've just never seen that sort of setup before. You know, usually what happens is that you get your hose pipe, you know, and you get a wee sort of tin or a wee sort of post, you know, and you just pop your donation in, you know, and they kind of leave it up to you, you know, to do that, you know, and of course you do that, you know, I mean, it helps them out, you know, but to put it on a meter, I don't know, maybe it's just their way of just ensuring, you know, that people don't take advantage of the situation, you know. I mean, it is very clean and very tidy. I wish I'd actually had the opportunity to stay there for a while, because I would have actually liked to have gone for a wee wander, and I suppose I could have sort of fired up the engine. Oh, they've got a sailing boat trying to tack across the River Ant, and we have a hire boat coming down. Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. It was just that there was a sailboat trying to tack up the River Ant, which is not very wide. There was me coming up behind it, getting ready to sort of plan my way around him when he sort of starts a new tack, and a hire boat came the other way, and I was like, okay then, this is going to be an interesting wee situation on a narrow river. But it was fine, it was fine. The sail guy just sort of stayed over to one side, you know, I went over to the other side, the other high. So we all sort of passed each other, no problems, you know. I gave a wee bit extra oomph just to quickly just sort of move up, but it literally was just a wee sort of oomph, and then throttled right back down again, just to get safely by everybody. And when that sun's out, man, that's really quite warm in the sun. So yes, what was I saying? I have no idea. But yes, yeah, it was an interesting water point, and they looked very nice moorings. It was very clean water point. I would have liked to have actually spent some time having a wee poke about, you know, the shop and down to Ludham Bridge boatyard, but unless I fired up the engine and literally maybe then moored on the other side of the river, and then switched the engine off again and moored up, you know, it was like that was the only way I could really sort of have a wee look about, because just as I was talking to you about going away and moving the boat up, just put the camera down and a boat just sort of, and I was like, I had the 2 ropes in my hand. They were in my hand at the time, you know, and I was just getting ready to start moving the boat forward, and in he comes. I was like, yeah, well, you know. So I didn't get my shower yet, so I'm still needing a shave, you know. But I decided, you know, okay, just top up your water, you know, and just don't hang around, because nothing worse than trying to get water and somebody's hogging the water point, you know, which is why I was going to move up or move the boat a wee bit. So yeah, so that was it was a bit unfortunate actually, because I would have liked to have actually had a wee look about the place, because I've never actually stopped there. I mean, just under the bridge and keep on going, you know, much like St Bennett's, you know. So it would have actually been quite nice to have actually had a wee wander around the shop, you know. But what I might do is I might actually go and make a pit stop at the moorings on the way back down tomorrow, and have a wee poke about then. You know, that might be nice. That might be nice. In the meantime, everything's going lovely. The River Ant is as wonderfully picturesque as it always is, and it's just going to be a nice, wee, sedate, gentle sort of cruise up the river. Still not exactly any idea where I'm going to go. Steve obviously mentioned Nettie's Head, and now that's kind of put that thought in my head. White Horse. Oh yeah. But no, I don't think. I went to the White Horse as well as the Lion in April. So it was very, very nice, and I do like a lot. I do like that little wee stave, you know, because it's so narrow and picturesque and lovely, lovely. So yeah, I'm not going to do Nettie's Head. I'm going to go elsewhere, and I've not really any idea where at the moment. So we'll just see where the day takes us. So in the meantime, I will keep you updated on the day's events, and yeah, until later, I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now. Cheers.
Surely I would need a queen. see the girls and play. Yeah, when I am king, surely I would need a queen and a palace and everything. Yeah, and now I am king, and my queen will come at dawn. She'll be waiting in Kingston town. She'll be waiting in Kingston town. Right on. She'll be waiting in Kingston town. Oh yeah. She'll be waiting in Kingston town.
Okay, I was just having a little bit of fun up there. Just coming up, just past How Hill, and I'm moving into the really picturesque part of the River Ant now. And it's you know, it's at this point, you know, the trees start coming up and the foliage, and it's definitely very, very picturesque. A lot of boats out in the River Ant. I tried having a bit of fun twice. And I don't think the first bit sort of worked really, because a lot of boats I was having to concentrate, and you know, it was I might use a little of it, you know, just see what I've got, you know. And then naturally I thought, well, I know what I'll do, you know. It was a bit of a sort of an instrumental number. And I thought, well, what I should do is do something else, you know, see how that goes. And I was sitting there and I was having a wee jig about, you know, and I'm quite sure by now you might have actually seen it, you know. You know, and everything was going well, you know. I wasn't really caring too much, there wasn't much in the way of traffic coming towards me, you know. I was passing How Hill and it was fine, you know. And just about near the end of it, I then started getting buzzed by a bloody wasp again. I mean, hello, you know, can he not tell I'm doing filming here, you know? Or perhaps he did see that I was doing filming and he deliberately tried to get in there, you know, and ruin my filming. So of course, you know, I'm cruising up the river, you know, having a wee jig to myself and a bit of a laugh and a giggle and all that. And I'm doing all this, you know, and I was like, get away, just let me finish it, just please let me finish it. So yeah, it's bit annoying when it happens. I try to ignore them as much as possible, but you know what it's like when a wasp starts buzzing right about your ear, you know, you're gonna swat that bugger, definitely, you know. Oh, the joys. But yes, so everything's going well. I passed How Hill there. I did think about stopping there, revisiting Toad Hill Cottage and the secret garden, because I haven't been to a secret garden yet. I didn't actually know there was a secret garden there, because it was, well, kind of secret. And then people started talking about it. It's like, might be interesting for a wee trip, but nah, I was too busy having a singing time to myself, so yeah, I didn't bother. But I'll maybe take a stop over at How Hill next year, because they are quite nice moorings there as well, you know. So yeah, heading up the River Ant, it's turning into a lovely day, very different from yesterday, you know. So yeah, I'm quite enjoying this morning cruise this morning. And I did think about wild mooring before I got to How Hill, and I promised myself that if my favourite wild mooring that I've seen that I really want to try but I've never tried, because there's always a boat there, if it's free I'm going to go in there and that'll be the end of the day. But guess what? There is a boat there. and another hire boat at that. He's got himself in there very nicely, so the lucky wee sod. So yes, there's actually quite a number of good sort of wild mooring spots on the river, and it's one reason why it's actually quite popular. And that wee one that I really want to try is just a wee sort of cut just in the river. It's only space for one boat, but you sort of put the boat into it, and you out with the rod anchors and just moor up by the bank, and very, very, very nice wee mooring indeed there. I'm just approaching another boat rather quickly. You just seem to be quite sedate, maybe a little too sedate in its progress, but so yes, it's all going very nicely. Thoroughly enjoying my little morning's cruise, and yeah, so as always I'll keep you updated on the day's adventures, see where we take it, and yeah, so until later, I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now. Cheers. Okay, just a little wee update for you. I'm just leaving Ersted there, and you know what I'm like with names, so I apologise. Okay, I'm sure I could possibly disappear into Facebook and find your name, but offhand I can't remember your name. But it was Fair Chancellor. We've been sort of back and forth on sort of Facebook messages and all that for a couple of days. He's down on the Fair Chancellor, and we just kept missing each other. which was a bit unfortunate, you know. Well, I just passed him there at Ørsted, just sitting up the back there with his wee fishing rod, you know, just loving life and just taking it easy and just basking in the gloriousness of his mooring, actually, because it's actually a very nice place to moor on Ørsted. So yeah, I'm sure he's quite enjoying the peaceful and restless day, just on a very nice mooring. Never stayed there, you know, but I've passed. I mean, Ørsted's are lovely. There's some very nice houses in Ørsted. Anyway, what are we doing? Well, we're just leaving Ørsted. We're about to go over Barton Broad, where I can veer off to the left down to Netty's Head. We'll just open up the throttle a wee bit here, or continue stay right, keeping clear of the island in the middle. Obviously, you can pass either side of the island. Just stay away from the actual island itself. Not only is it shallow water, I believe, but I believe it's a bit of a bird sanctuary, and you're not actually allowed to moor up, well, you moor up anywhere near it, you know. So yeah, so just avoiding the island, crossing over Barton Broad, which I mean is a big broad, but you don't actually quite realise just how open and exposed this broad is. Sometimes weather conditions, this broad can actually be a bit choppier than Braden, would you believe it or not? I think primarily because Braden only has one very deep narrow channel, whereas Barton Broad is very open and exposed and it's all deep, you know. But yeah, actually I was watching something a wee while ago, and do you know actually Barton Broad is actually well, most of the broads are actually man-made. Don't know if you knew that, but Barton Broad was actually used to be a peat quarry in the days when they sort of where peat was a very big industry, you know. I'm going back hundreds of years, but yes, it actually used to be a peat quarry, and then once all the sort of peat kind of started running out, or the industry moved on, or you know, and it just wasn't sort of doing any of it sort of peaty mining sort of stuff. It actually got all filled in, and oh my god, he's got that open right up. I mean, could he have noticed, like, I mean, I'm not exactly going, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. He doesn't need to be going that fast. Okay, I'm going a wee bit slow, I'm not doing 5 miles an hour. I'll put on a few more revs, you know, but he's definitely got that way open. There we go, that's his wash. Can you see that? Can you see that sway that the boat's got on? That's his wash, you know. And we've got sailing boats out here now, and we've got somebody coming across. Sorry about that. I was just a wee sailing yacht there, cutting across my bow. We were kind of on a bit of a course there. What is it they call it? You know, when two things are coming together and they're gonna meet if somebody doesn't give way. Well, like I said earlier, the other day there, you give way to sailboats. He was coming across, we were looking like we were going to be sort of meeting at the same point in the river, and you know, I just backed off, you know, just gave him, you know, the time to cut in front of my bow, and I keep on going. So yeah, and just making sure that I'm back on. Yeah, it was a bit of a shame about that. I don't know why he's tanking up the river there. You know, he's probably trying to get somewhere very, very fast. You know. But yeah, anyway, that was completely off tangent. What happened with the peat, you know, was that after the industry sort of died out a bit, they essentially filled it all in, you know, and created Barton Broad, you know. Like I say, most of the Norfolk roads were actually man-made. And it was all sort of the peat industry, the reed industry, you know, in the old days when we used to do reeds for thatched roofs and all that, you know. That was like the way to do a roof on a house, you know. So yeah, I mean, the whole industry that grew up around the Norfolk roads was quite interesting actually. And if you actually take sonar scans of the banks, I do believe, you get that sort of quarry look, you know, it's like the down, 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 you know, and it sort of steps all the way down to the bottom. I believe that's what Barton Broad actually looks like underneath the water. So yeah, there's my wee interesting Admiral's fact of the day. Yeah, so it's quite a larger broad than you first imagine, and because it's quite deep, sometimes it can get a wee bit choppy, choppier than plain water, which was the point I was trying to make at the very start of the ramble. But yeah, everything's going well. It's really nice when you're out in the sun, and I'm just loving just the wee cruise up the river at a very nice, slow, sedate, calming, peaceful pace, you know. Obviously, I'm not going to net his head. I've decided that my main mooring, that wild mooring that I would have been tempted to stop and end the day right there, that was full. And I could have gone to another wild mooring, and I probably will at some point. But in the meantime, I'm just going to keep on going up the river, and you know, as it's such I'm just really enjoying the morning's cruise, you know. So I had a couple of short days, you know. So I'm just going to go and stretch the legs a wee bit and just see where it takes me. I've kind of got three choices up at the top here. I can go to Wayford Bridge, Barton Turf. I've never actually been to Barton Turf actually. But I've got Wayford Bridge and Dilham out that way. Starlam, which essentially takes me into the Richmond Boatyard. Or over to Sutton. Now actually just having to think about that, Sutton. I did spend the night at Sutton once, and I quite liked the hotel, but I felt it deserved a second visit, you know, maybe at dinner time, because my first experience there wasn't actually quite as... It was okay, there was nothing wrong with it, but it just wasn't quite as good as what people have said. So maybe what I should do is go up to Sutton and actually have a few beers and look at their dinner menu, you know, because I mean it's like sort of Thursday today, isn't it? So I can maybe go and have a look at their dinner menu and sort of take it from there. Maybe eat out, maybe eat on board, you know, maybe just go up there, have a wee look about, have a shower, you know, get myself organised, freshen up, and then maybe just come back down the river or up to Wayford. I'm in no rush today. I'm in no rush, you know. I'm just taking things easy and just going with the flow, you know, just enjoying the day, you know. Anyway, I'm rambling and I'm babbling and I've talked too much, so I will keep you updated whenever and whatever happens. So until then, I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now. Cheers.
Try it on, baby. Well, I don't look good, and now I'm
just a little wee update, and very quickly, very back. I've just come off Barton Broad, and I'm just continuing back up the River Ant. But and I just literally only just like turned the camera off a few minutes ago. But I've got to come back because I just saw the most awesome boat, by the way. You know, I've got some photos of it. Hopefully, they'll come out okay, and I'll put them up. But it was obviously a bit of a tour boat, a bit of a, I'm not sure if it's a novelty, but it was such an interesting looking thing that you just would not have experienced. Old wooden boat, you know, and what caught my eye as it was coming towards me was this huge massive sort of brass chimney out the middle of it, you know, and I went, what's that? You know, and as it came close to me, turns out it looks like it's some sort of steamboat, I think it is. I think it's a steamboat. Obviously sort of done for the like a tour boat or something like that, because it had maybe about a dozen people on board it, and they went out for a wee cruise, and I thought, you know, that's amazing, you know, just to see something like that. I mean, now that was obviously a hark back to the very early sort of boating times, if you like, you know, just this tiny, what looks like I'm assuming it was a steam, you know, a wee boiler with the pipes and the furnace and the stack going all the way up to the top, and I thought, you know, that is absolutely fantastic, you know. So I just wanted to sort of pop back and say, I saw a steamboat, you know. I mean, like I said, I'm assuming it's a steamboat, you know, but it looked actually, it looked brilliant actually, and I'm assuming that probably came from maybe the museum up at Stalham, and I'm assuming, you know, you go for a wee tour down the river and then back up again. So yeah, that just looked fantastic. So I just had to pop back, and I was getting all excited. Oh, look at that, that's fantastic. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to go away again, and as always, I'll keep you updated on any other excitement that I get all sort of giddy as a schoolboy. So until later, I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now. Cheers.
Hoots mon, there's a moose loose about this house. Hoots mon! Man, it's a bra, brecht, moonlich nicht.
are the ones they left behind. And I wonder when we are ever gonna change. Living under the fear till nothing else remains. We don't need another hero. We don't need to know the way home. All we want is life beyond the Thunderdome. Looking for something we can rely on. There's got to be something better out there. Love and compassion. That day is coming. All else are castles built in the air. And I wonder when we are ever gonna change. Living under the fear till nothing else remains. All the children say we don't need another hero. We don't need to know the way home. All we want is life beyond the Thunderdome. So what do we do in our lives? We leave only a mark. Will our story shine like a light, or end in the dark? Is it all or nothing? We don't need another hero. We don't need to know the way home. All we want is life beyond Thunderdome. All the children say we don't need another hero. We don't need another hero. We don't need to know the way home. All we want is life beyond Thunderdome.
Okay, just a little wee update for you. I am here at Sutton Staithe, directly outside the Sutton Staithe Hotel on the free moorings, and would you believe it, I'm moored up right next to a water point. Well, it was worth stopping at Ludham Bridge for a bit, and I'll tell you this, see when that's sun that, it is roasting today. You know, it's going to be such a cracking day, especially because I'm kind of sheltered from trees, like mainly a bank of trees to the left of me, over on that side of the river, and there's quite a number of trees and foliage on this side. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a warm day today, so get this thing off and get a t-shirt on, I think. Might even stick the old shorts on and really offend people. But yeah, isn't it such a lovely mooring, apart from the planes going over, but I'm sure they'll sort of settle down later on in the evening. So yeah, I think I'm going to call it a day here. I'll probably go for a little refreshment in the hotel once I get myself all sort of organised and freshened up, and yeah, just sort of see how the day goes and sort of kick back, relax and take things easy for the rest of the day. So yeah, that is me. I'm not going to end day 10 just now. I'm pretty sure there's a few other sort of bits and bobs that I could maybe sort of get up to later on. And who knows, maybe after a nice shower and freshen up, a nice little refreshment in the hotel, I might decide to move on, because there is so many lovely places on this whole section of river, you know, and not just in the free moorings, but also just lovely places that out in the middle of nowhere, wild, you know. You just pull up and tie to a tree, or shove a rond anchor into the ground and tie your ropes around that, and yeah, so I've no idea if I'm going to be spending the rest of the day here, spend the night here, or if I'll maybe move on again later. But I definitely do need a shower, and I definitely do need to put on something a bit lighter, I think, because that is a strong sun just now, you know. So yes, I hope you've enjoyed the wee cruise so far, but hopefully the day will not end at the moment. So I will keep you updated as the events of the day unfold, as always. So yeah, until later, until I've got something to sort of update you with, I'll speak to you soon. So until later, bye for now. Cheers! Good evening, YouTube. How are we doing? Right, I swear to God, this is going to be a short ass fucking video, by the way. Okay? Because, why is it going to be a short ass fucking video? Well, would you like to know why it's going to be a short ass fucking video? Well, I'm going to tell you why it's going to be a short ass fucking video. Because basically, I've spent the last like two and a half hours going live from the pub of the Sutton Staithe Hotel. Yep. If you have not been a member of my Facebook page, my personal Facebook page, you would have missed all that. You would have missed the opportunity to have commented or asked questions, and just sort of generally sitting there thinking, shaking your head thinking, I'm bored as fuck, and this guy's rambling on and on. Now, admittedly, I wanted to do this on YouTube. That was the original plan. I just sort of spur of the moment thing, just hitting the Facebook thing, so I ended up on a big Facebook conversation with lots of people on Facebook and various groups on Facebook. So yeah, I apologise for that. If you're not on Facebook or friends with my Facebook or just totally missed that, I promise next time I do something like this, I will look at YouTube and see about going live on YouTube. But it's this whole, I mean, old geezer 21st century technology thing, you know, it takes a while to get used to it, okay, and to figure it all out, okay. So little baby steps, okay. I've done Facebook Live, okay. Now next time maybe I'll do YouTube Live. In the meantime, I'm fucking rat-ass, by the way. And it's all thanks to Fraser Thompson. He reached out to me because he knew I was here or in this area, and he's down here at the moment, right? And he reached out to me and said, look, if you're up at this sort of Dillon, Wayford, Stalham, Sutton end, you know, give me a shout out, you know, and I'll come over and I'll have a coffee with you, you know. Sounded like a plan, at least. So I decided, you know, when I was coming up the river, you know, I thought, well, you know, I've not been to the Sutton Staithe Hotel, you know, it might be nice to visit there. you know. And I just sort of decided to come up to Sutton. So and I got in a very nice morning at Sutton. So I thought, why not? So I messaged him and said, yeah, I'm at Sutton. Why not come on over? We'll have a cup of coffee, a wee chin wag, and then we'll nip over to Sutton Staithe Hotel for a pint. I kind of forgot he was a Glaswegian. And as such, he tends to drink a bit more than me, you know, and he can handle his drink a bit more than me as well, because I'm such a fucking lightweight. So he got me fucking half rat ass before bloody my dinner, and then Sandy, my creche, the other half turned up. And then it was like, oh my god, that's it, you know, I'm just so totally buggered, you know. But I did actually have, I mean, joking aside, I did have a lovely evening with them, you know, and it was very, very nice. Sorry, I hate to do that, but it's a late night and I'm ready for bed. I'm so ready for bed. I can't tell you how ready for bed I am. But yeah, I mean, Sandy McCreesh turned up, you know, and we had a bit of a giggle and a laugh, and you know, I tried to find out. I get the impression that Sandy was a wee bit sort of quiet and reserved, you know, which was odd because I thought she'd be a bit more sort of chatty. But nonetheless, Sandy, if you have seen this, it was still lovely to see you. It really was. But after they left, you know, I was supposed to be just finishing my pint and heading off. However, I was looking through my notifications and I decided to push a little button on Facebook called Live. You know, I shouldn't have done it, but I did do it, you know. And it's amazing what shit happens when you push a little button on Facebook called Live, by the way, you know. Because all of a sudden it means that you're live, you know, and you're talking to people in kind of real time. You know. So I'm babbling away. Next thing I know, all these questions and sort of comments started coming up, and it's like, are you talking to me right now? Are you listening to me right now? Shit, am I needing to answer you right now? It's like, fuck hell. You know? So I was having a bit of a giggle to myself in the middle of this hotel, you know, just sort of answering all these questions and everything like that, you know. It was actually really good. The only problem was it lasted so fucking long, you know. And you want to know why it lasted so long? Because I was having such a fucking good time. I was actually having a great time. Even when Sandy and Fraser came back on, you know, I had a hell of a giggle, you know. And I'll tell you this, okay, Sandy and Fraser are not the only ones to blame for my current intoxication. They're not, you know, because what happened was that when Fraser first came to the boat, we were having a coffee, and then, oh god, this is the hard bit. Charlie and Linda from Brink Symphony, is that right? Did I actually remember that? Brink Symphony, Charlie and Linda, I think that's right. They came over to the boat, you know, and they said, Admiral, and I said, oh, hi, how you doing, you know. And we had a wee chat with him, and I've got some photos somewhere of us all. I'm really sorry. I've got some photos of us all, you know. We sat outside for ages just chatting away, you know, and having a coffee and what have you. And it was really good actually chatting to them. And I'm kind of disappointed and glad they didn't come to me, chat to me later, because what happened is that after Fraser and Sandy mercifully, and I say mercifully because I really couldn't have taken much more without food. after, that's the only reason, it's just the beer, you know. I'm such a lightweight, I need food. I'm sorry, Fraser, I need food. I need food, you know. And he was piling all this food, this drink on me, and I was like, oh God, I need something to eat, you know. So mercifully, and I mean that in the best possible way, Fraser and Sandy, mercifully, after a while, Fraser and Sandy left to let me get my dinner. And I ordered my dinner. Unfortunately, I was trying to sober up, and then Charlie and Nicky, next thing this sort of pint appears on my table, and I goes, I didn't order a pint. He said, no, there's a couple around the corner that bought you a pint. I said, really? And he said, yeah, really. And I said, really? I said, yeah, really. And I said, really? I said, yeah, really. I said, bloody hell, you just said round the corner and said aye, so I picked up the pipe and I walked down. Here's Charlie and Linda from Brink Symphony. And I was like, did you just pipe me a pint? I said, well, you know, we said we'd come back and buy you a pint if you were around. I said, oh man, you know, I mean, it was very much appreciated and it was great and I really loved it. And by God, I sort of really loved it. But Charlie and Linda, your pint is the pint that put me over the edge, and I'm fucking rat-ass by the way now after that. I'm going, oh God, mercy, please have mercy. You know, but hold on a second. Oh fuck, I've only been rambling for 10 minutes. You can handle another 10 minutes or so. So yeah, anyway, it was fantastic meeting Fraser and Sandy, Charlie and Linda. The chat, the memories, it really, I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that it was actually quite late at night, and it is really quite late. I mean, it's knocking on, it's past 11 o'clock, basically. Let's not beat about the bush, okay? It's past 11 o'clock at night, okay? And I am fucking rat-assed, okay? And it's Charlie and Linda's fault, and Fraser and Sandy's fault, okay? And I'm not giving a shit because I'm fucking loving it. This would be why I keep yawning. So, I would go and chap on their boat, you know. But to tell you the truth, I don't trust myself walking, you know. I had a bit of I actually had a problem trying to get the key in the keyhole of the boat. I couldn't find it, you know. And anybody that's been in that situation knows how difficult the dexterity goes, you know. And you've got a key, and you've got a hole, okay, and you're like trying to find the hole, but you keep missing it. So you think the hole doesn't exist, but you care it exists, and you kind of actually have to hold on to helm chairs because you're making an ass of yourself. So needless to say, I eventually got in, but not before a banged knee, you know, and possibly a twisted ankle as well. But I'll worry about that in the morning. But in the meantime, I think it would be best if I just boil a kettle, have a cup of coffee and call it nights at that. How about we do that, you know? Don't go on too much. Not much shit is happening on just now because all the hilarity, if there was ever going to be any hilarity or fun, has happened already on Facebook. Unexpectedly, you know? Very unexpectedly, I might add, you know. I didn't expect it, you know, but it just sort of snowballed. I'm kind of quite happy it did, because it was quite a bit of a laugh, but holy shit, it just sort of came out of nowhere. and only because I just sort of pushed the button, you know. God help me if I ever do that on YouTube. In fact, actually I might actually turn that on YouTube tomorrow if I get a good Wi-Fi signal. I only did that because I got a good Wi-Fi signal at the Sutton Staithe Hotel, which is actually alright, by the way, so that's not bad. Anyway, I'm away to either have a coffee or pass out. I'm going to do one of two, possibly both at the same time. If you have been watching, thank you very much. And thank you Fraser and Sandy and Charlie and Linda. Oh fuck, see, I'm fucking forgetting already. Linda from Brink Symphony. It's your fault I'm in such a terrible state this evening, you know. But it's been great meeting you. We had some great crack and it was fantastic. And honestly, next time, okay, please goddamn Charlie, Linda, Fraser, Sandy, come and actually sit down, you know. Have a good chat with me, have dinner with me, you know. If you don't like to have dinner with me, come and have dinner with me, you know. Because I'd love that. That'd be great, you know. Nice dinner, nice beer, you know. Bit of laugh, you know. Chin wag, you know. And then off to our separate boats. Can't think of a better evening. Spending it with fellow boating fans. Definitely. So, anyway, I'm passing out here. I mean, I'm really passing out here. Okay, so I'm just gonna say this is the end of day. I think it's 10 of the Great Norfolk Broads Adventure 6. So if you have been watching this, I'm kind of hoping that you enjoyed it. If you watched the live stream on Facebook, I'm sorry you had to be sort of subjected to this one again, you know, but at least I made it a wee bit shorter than the one on Facebook, you know, because that kind of like went on for like 2.5 hours, and at least this one's like only like 20 minutes, you know, so it's not that bad. But yeah, if you have been watching this one, come and join me on day 11 of the Great Norfolk Broads Adventure 6, because it's purely it's the last day, the last full day, which means my destination is kind of dictated to me, but I've still no idea what I'm doing. So you'll need to speak to me in the morning because I'm fucked tonight, and I kind of think, and I'm passing out. So just kind of speak to me tomorrow about that, okay? I'll speak to you tomorrow. So until tomorrow, hope you've enjoyed yourself, hope all has been well, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching day 10 of the Great Norfolk Broads Adventure 6, and I'll see you tomorrow at day 11. Okay, until then, bye for now. Cheers. Cheers.